to project from within us in order to tutor us on life.
Right. Let's go.
Right? This your holy guardian angel, your higher self.
Yes, sir. Yes,
right?
sir.
So
yes, sir.
The higher self need to take control of the body at the close of the age to fix the problems of all of the social systems of the world. We leaving into what we call a dark age, going into a golden age, from black to gold, from dark to light.
Let's go. The Yuga.
Right. So you waking up early in the morning, we can't all wake up at the same time because we realize that it's somebody in the house that don't belong here, and then the people that look like us that ain't us gonna point at the wrong motherfuckers.
Right.
Right. Then we gonna go Harry Carey on the wrong people, and then the motherfuckers that look like us that ain't us gonna be standing next to him talking about kill Whitey. All the time, this nigga Whitey.
It's him.
It's him the whole time.
Thank you.
But because he looked like us and he used people that didn't look like us as a fall guy and a front man, a cat's paw.
Yes.
And then they fed us a narrative that gives us the impression that it ain't nobody that look like us.
Yes. Yes.
Well, who infiltrated the Nation of Islam if they don't look like us?
Exactly. How did they get into the deep darkest of the certain areas to get to you in the first place? They had to have guides that looked like you and knew the area. They couldn't get to territory. Look,
Father Allah, Clans 13X was in the hood.
Amen.
Ain't no pink motherfucker finna walk up and shoot him in the hood.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Especially during the era that they assassinated him.
Thank you. Thank you. It's not possible. Your own people got. Thank you. They
look like us, but they ain't us. Listen, Malcolm said.
Thank you, Elder.
Malcolm said, now, we won't never know they look like us if our elders don't leave us clues. Malcolm said, the Nation of Islam, remember, they don't allow pale face.
Thank you.
The Nation of Islam is thoroughly infiltrated by both the FBI and the New York City Police Department. Don't none of them motherfuckers look like Pac-Man off colors.
Exactly.
Go back to the Panthers of the 60s in California, in Oakland. They wasn't infiltrated by no pink motherfuckers.
Exactly. Marcus Garvey. There's a fucking Marcus Garvey. Whether you like it or not, Marcus Garvey.
Yeah.
The first FBI agent in the planet was made for him to take him down. The first
they created the FBI in order to bring Garvey down. They didn't have, it was a whole paper shuffling motherfucking part of the government. It had no law enforcement powers whatsoever. They created the FBI to go get Garvey.
Exactly.
Look.
And they use your own, my nigga. They use your own, my elder. They use your own against you, dog. Your own.
So they say,
it's ridiculous.
Noble Drew Ali, the police beat him to death. But here go the problem with that.
Say that again?
Noble Drew Ali.
I said the Noble Drew Ali, yes.
Yeah, and the police beat him. And he ended up dying from complications from the beating. My only question, based on what I know about Moors, how they get him past the muftis? Back then, they wasn't buying that shit. How did they get past the muftis?
How you get past the court guards?
You got to look like them.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And I can keep going on and on. I can go to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar family getting killed by a subsection of so-called Nation of Islam members call themselves the Black Muslim Mafia during the time they was infiltrated.
Wow. Damn, you see?
Talk
about it.
Before Wallace decentralized and before Farrakhan rebuilt it, because if Malcolm don't run the red herring, and if Wallace don't decentralize, then they can't be used in the community.
Right.
Farrakhan got to rebuild it, knowing who all the infiltrators was to keep them out. Because Malcolm named them niggas in the public. It wasn't no secret. Why did he name them in the public and keep telling us the police know who they is? He wasn't talking to her. He was talking to Elijah.
Wow. Yes.
All this shit was warfare, man. This is the highest degrees of warfare. Spiritual warfare being played out in the physical reality.
Bang! Spiritual warfare. Well, I tell you, family, all the time, spiritual wickedness in high places. Y'all keep your head on a swivel, pay attention, read these codes. Yo, Elder breaking it down. And thank you again, Elder. This is choppy. Wow. Amazing knowledge. Yo, this show is like the hottest show I've ever had in my life. I ain't gonna lie. I've had a lot of hot shows. This is the hottest show I've ever had. I ain't gonna lie. This is the hottest show. I don't give a fuck. Even Morning Stars never had a show this hot. No show, no Daystar, none of it. Sargon got blessed with the best show ever. Right now, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. This is awesome. This is a plethora of knowledge, my friends, and energetics. This is so beautiful. Yeah, man, this is great, yo. Yes, man. Thank you, Elder. You're amazing. You see, you think about this Nibiru thing, the second sun, yo, the new sun in the atmosphere and all that. Does this link up with everything we've been talking about? Does this correlate? You feel me? Like, talk to the people, yo, for real.
The mother plane.
Let's go. Let's go.
Mother plane has multiple meanings. The mother plane is called the Queen's Chamber.
Ooh.
It's a chessboard.
Let's go.
The chessboard is played out in 3D reality. Movie reference, right? It's called History of the World by Mel Brooks. Movie reference.
I love that movie. I love that movie. It's funniest. It's one of the funniest movies. So,
right. Pay attention to the history in the Great Inquisitor, in the exile of the Moors from Europe, in the hiding of the monarchy by replacing them with the piss boy. They telling us the story.
I got to rewatch it. I got to rewatch that now because I never paid attention to it like that. Because I watched it when I was a kid. History of the World, you know, I was on a shorty. I'm going to watch it again, Elden. Oh, okay, I got you. Let's go.
So the king was playing chess, and he was using people as the pieces on the chessboard in the field.
Right,
sitting on his throne, indicating which piece he needed to move.
Okay.
And anytime he caught one of the females bent over, he ran up in him and said, "It's good to be the king."
Yeah, fucking perfect.
All them Masonic codes.
Yes, yes.
Paleface was telling us what happened back then, but we wasn't paying attention because he told it as a joke. And everybody know a lot of truth is said in jest.
All the truth.
Right? Why is that? I go through all of these studying of psychiatry and psychology, and I'm reading in the journals of the catalysts for the postpartum depression, caregiver syndrome, and other related dissociative disorders, where when you get, so it's the nature of a feminine expresses its greatest caregiving quality as a mother. The energy field can get locked in, and people will say she got OCD. She doesn't have OCD. She's nesting all the time because she's in feminine nature, and she's always trying to adjust the feng shui of the environment to control the energy flow. This draws me in like a hurricane. They love to be there, right? Your son, all his friends want to come over your house. I can't feed all them teenage boys. God damn it, y'all eat like horses, but they all get fed anyway. Right? But you get caught in that field and locked in that energy of so much giving that you don't replenish. So now you giving without having anything left for the self, you start to break down. That's nature. Because when you don't do it for yourself, nature will force you to do it if it had to put you in the hospital to get it done.
Now you're talking.
The psychosomatic illnesses. Now the stresses of the mind is causing the body to rebel against itself.
Ooh, take a lot. And yeah, so I want to just like jump in to what you're saying, because there's some confusion about that I see some comments, and I just want to clarify some things. Just because you take time out for yourself doesn't mean that you're not a good mother. Doesn't mean that it makes it less important to build your family, to take care of a household, to be a wife, and to make a beautiful, happy home. Doesn't mean that. So let's get that straight. Let's really get that straight, because that's the mindset. Like okay, well, no, I love my children. I love being, you should love your children. You should love being a mother. You should love all of that. But you have to be good too. That you have to be good too. And this is the important part of it, because then how could you even have the energy if you're depleted, if you're worn out, if you're burnt out, if you're exhausted and you're getting sick? How could you be there for them? So let's just make sure that we get this very clear, because that's the conversation. We're not saying that because you take care of yourself, this means that you don't care for your family. This means that you don't care for your husband, or you don't care for the community. That's not what we're saying. Let's get this very straight, because that's
it goes to that if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be healthy enough, strong enough to be the best help for anybody else. You half-ass helping them. If you take care of yourself, get yourself right. By the time you get where you need to be, you're in the best position to help the most people and do the most good. That's just how I see it.
the truth. Nothing but that. If my phone dies, I'm coming back on. Okay, find this charger. Okay.
So the replenishing the energy, I figured this out growing up because my father used to say every time my mama go out of town, that song "Ain't No Sunshine" come on the radio. And so I used to be laughing, but it seemed like that when the song used to come on, it'd be raining outside, but my mama just went on vacation. And I'm looking at this growing up as a little boy, but it's kind of humorous at the time because pops don't make these type of connections with stuff. So it was kind of funny to me that he would point that out. That when my mama leave, it rain, and then the song come on the radio, "Ain't No Sunshine." He said, every time that goddamn woman go, this motherfucking song come on the radio, and it start raining outside. Ain't this about it? Good old days.
Getting it together. Me and these devices all the time, right? Me and these devices, baby, they be taking me on a journey. Okay. I'm coming through. Go ahead and check in the comments. Oh, we're gonna do some great work together, you and I. I could just see us already, you know, because we have very similar energy as far as how we speak straightforward, our way of speaking. Ooh, that light is bright. Hold on, let me fix it. Ooh. Let me do a little lower, a little more dim. Oh, I like that. Okay, that's good. All right.
Look.
We're back in the flow. Okay.
You see this pinned comment? It's a difference in being an individualist and a person who does self-care. The society wants you to think you can carry the world on your own with no help from nobody if you put enough hard work, labor, and follow his system. That don't work. Right? Even if you get to the point where you making millions, once you get past a couple $1,000s, if you continuously making money, you are working with somebody else. Money has to accumulate through the direction the energy flow. So when you start seeing what individualism is, it's isolation from your support base so that they can take advantage of you without your support base being able to protect you. That's how the enemy keep popping the leaders off the leader after leader, fabricating legal cases against them, false accusations, trumped up charges, assassinations. But we ain't seeing nothing that's going on around us.
You see me, I'm looking at the comments. Somebody said, Miss Hayes, I love the net. Look at the nails, y'all. This is what they're talking about. It's the protection, the evil eye.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Okay.
I like that.
You like it?
Mm.
Yeah. I'm a little different.
I was out of the Buddhist scroll. It's the Hamza poem, Tiger Eye, in the Middle East, for Muhammad's uncle Hamza. It's the Buddha poem in India. It's the Buddha's feet in Asia, right? But also it's the third eye, but it's the eye of power. It's also known as the eye of Fatima. It wards off all evil. Pretty cool symbol it is, I'd say.
Fatima. And I also like the hand of Fatima too. The Fatima hand. I got that in Morocco. I went to Morocco. All right, look. Where we at with our time? Remember, we staying focused tonight, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said, wait, hold on. How you gonna? It said, men need to stop. Men need to stop watching porn.
Why? Look, they act like watching porn. That's like you used to walk down the street before we established civilizations. It was commonplace to just have sex wherever you wanted to. Now it's a controlled environment. Everything what we're doing for our morality is legislated right now. Our morality is legislated. Everything we're doing is following legislation. From how we indulge in relationships to how we communicate with the people across the street. We following somebody else's instruction on how not to make things work for us.
Hold on 1 second.
So one of the things when our new systems come online that we're going to have is rites of passage programs for the boys that the men officiate, the fathers and the uncles, and the rites of passage program for girls that the women officiate by taking them through their rites of passage. Then you're going to have education on different health practices, doula schools, doula training, to replace these homicide centers called hospitals. You put everything back the way it's supposed to be. If you put it the way it's supposed to be, the machine to run the way it's supposed to run. That's in peace and harmony. Yeah, we've been relying on the enemy to teach our children the history that they want them to follow in order for them to stay in power. And we've been going along with the enemy's instruction for us to allow them to teach our children the ways of our destruction and oppression by teaching them how to be obedient to it and function under the oppression rather than exercise the blood and the right to reclaim the land. If we don't remember our culture, they can continuously trick us out of what's rightfully ours. But as soon as we remember our culture, we can turn them off. Right. So when we start going in from being divided and conquered to being unified and healed, we have to tailor programs for the feminine, programs for the masculine. Right? And the occasional unit gonna have their own program. But we gonna get to the point where it's not gonna be allowed to start teaching the child about sex before he know how to say his ABCs. That don't even make no fucking sense. They can't count to 10, but you telling them what gender they want to be.
That part.
Talking about